arrived in Vietnam. Feeling so hungry, I stopped by a mart to grab some fresh fruit and then headed to a local restaurant for a steaming bowl of pho. It's only 2,000 won in Korean won. At the hostel, I met a new friend, Konstantin, and we had a great time chatting. Of course, dessert is must after a meal. We shared the fruit we bought from the mart and talked about life until 2 a.m. and then went to bed. It was a good start. For a coffee addict like me, a coffee tour is a must. The next morning, I went straight for a cup of egg coffee. I wanted to try bargaining at the Benton market, but there were too many scammers, so I walked away empty-handed. Don't try to bargain with merchants who are demanding a certain price to you, because normally they're just gonna put the higher price and then lower it down as you walk away. So I decided to do a city walking tour in 29-degree heat weather and then ended up wandering through the hot streets of Ho Chi Minh City. Book Street was especially charming, filled with beautiful stationery items that reminded me of Seongsu-dong in Korea. I took a break by the roadside, watching multinational tourists passing by. Time went away really fast, and before I recognized it, it was already the afternoon. I met up with Konstantin at our meeting spot and bought tickets for a city tour bus. It was so much cooler and more fun than walking because it was breezy as well. The most fascinating sight on the tour? Definitely the cafe apartment. They say Ho Chi Minh City is the Europe of Asia, and seeing its grand yet historic buildings, I could see the reason why. With my wise man Konstantin, I enjoyed some tea time at the park after the bus tour, before heading out to see the city's night view. The Grand Cafe rooftop bar was a bit pricey, but since it's located right in the city center, the panoramic views made it totally worth it. I recommend you guys to go there. At the park, I noticed local people exercising even late at night. It seems like Vietnamese people really enjoy working out no matter what the time is. So we also decided to get some cardio in by heading to Bui Vien Street, the famous party district. With its dazzling lights and deafening music, it was nothing like Hongdae in Korea. Konstantin and I don't drink, but we still had a great time. But since the music wasn't really the vibe, we took a motorbike taxi to the Central Gangs Club instead. At first, I was a bit worried since we didn't have a table reservation, but some local Vietnamese guests invited us to join them, and we ended up partying right in the center of the club. So much fun in the nighttime. The next day, I started with a coconut coffee at a Con Cafe, the perfect hangover cure. I left Ho Chi Minh with all these good memories and headed to Vietnam's most picturesque city, Hoi An. After an early check-in, I explored the old town, where I found an array of beautiful handmade crafts. By the riverside, there were rickshaws, tour boats, and more. The streets looked like a time capsule, taking me straight back to the old times. Hoi An is also famous for its night views, so instead of resting at my hotel, I went straight to the local market to grab some street food and started to explore. As I wandered aimlessly, I stumbled upon a live music bar and quickly grabbed a seat. When the performance hit its peak, people suddenly jumped on the stage and started dancing. It was pretty much hilarious. And just like that, I made new friends, an American couple sitting right next to me. Isn't that the best part of traveling? Meeting amazing people along the way? Afterwards, I made a wish as I floated down the river on a wishing boat. Unlike the hardships of last year, I hoped for a year filled with happiness and success. As I set my wish candle adrift, starting at the Hoyan's nightscapes, all my past struggles seemed to fade away. The next day, it was time for the coconut boat ride. These round ball-shaped boats were such a fun way to explore the river. And guess what? There were so many Korean tourists. I rode a bike through endless rice fields and visited the Busa temple at Marble Mountain. Before I knew it, my trip was almost coming to an end. On my last day, before heading to the airport, I watched the traditional Vietnamese performance in the old town. Personally, my favorite part was the final act, where the male actors and female dancers performed together. Now it's time to say goodbye. A year ago, I said goodbye to Anna in Berlin. This time, as we reunited in Hoi An for an unforgettable journey. Now it's time to say goodbye again to her and to Vietnam and to this amazing adventure. Goodbye, Vietnam. Thank you for all the unforgettable memories and new experiences. I will come back to you soon.